What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails into Reverie. Last time we finished up everything we were doing outside of Ymir, and we came back to relax for a bit. There's still a lot of questions I need answering. Why did a magic knight, or several magic knights, show up? They're only supposed to show up when the septium veins are stimulated, as they say. But this whole trial was good for Kurt to kind of get past some of his fears of that he hasn't been progressing. You know, he was able to fight against his father. But is still worried about what's going to happen with Cedric now that Cedric has apparently become an enforcer in the last 6 months. I wonder what number he's going to be. But yeah, so now we just have a meeting briefing later, and then I guess tomorrow we're going to be heading out to do some more research on how to find where Prince Oliver ended up at. But this is obviously after the signing ceremony. So you can see we're already ahead of where we kind of left off with Lloyd. So I imagine that part 1 of this is probably going to end soon, of Reen's route, or Act 1 of Reen's route. So I guess let's head back to the mansion and see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, this is where Claire was. Sounds like she's deep in conversation about something work-related. Should I wait here until everyone's ready to meet?
Minasan.
Uh-oh. Is this gonna be it?
心して聞いてください。本日クロスベルで行われた独立調印式が襲撃に遭い、クロスベルがとある勢力によって再び占領されました。
Can we stop with the happy music? Is it actually okay? It's quieting down.
クロスベルが再占領？
まさかそんなことが。
Poor Yuna. Now she's really gonna be upset that she wasn't there. Yuna, if you need to go lie down, we quite understand. Oh, don't worry about me. This is all just so sudden, it took me a minute to process it. There's no way in hell I'm gonna sit around sulking when there's work to be done. Wait, did I skip dialogue? No. Well, if you're really sure. I'm sorry, I should have broken this news to you more gently. That was careless of me. Don't sweat it. I imagine you must have been pretty stunned when you found out, too. Right now, I just want to know the details of what happened. For one thing, who would do this? Good question. Can you fill us all in? Of course. I apprised Lord Matthias of the details earlier, but you all deserve to know. As I mentioned, the signing ceremony for Crossbell's independence at 2 p.m. today came under attack. The assault was the work of a military force led by Rufus Alberea. Rufus Alberea? But he was arrested, right? He was, yes. But last night, the former Governor General and his subordinates escaped from Oryx Fort where they were being held. Oh, so he did really escape. Though their breakout certainly put us on high alert, we had hoped to keep this information from going public and causing confusion during the ceremony. Unfortunately, it seems people had to find out the worst possible way. So you're saying they escaped one night and were able to take over Crossbell the very next afternoon? There's gotta be more to this. Agreed, we're clearly dealing with something that had been carefully planned. What about Lloyd and the rest of the SSS? Come to think of it, they were supposed to be helping with the ceremony security. Lloyd Bannings is dead. No. I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about the SSS so far. I'm sure they did their best to hold off the assailants, but... no. I suppose all we can do is pray that they're alright. You kidding me? No way any real harm could come to them with Randolph there. I have to agree, I'm sure the members of the SSS are all just fine. What happened after the initial attack? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Rufus's military force spread out, defeating the CGF and taking control of the entire region. But there was only a handful of them. After which, Rufus dubbed himself the Supreme Leader and proclaimed the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. That sounds ominous. Took the words right out of my mouth. His new title and proclaimed rule make clear that he wants to rule the entirety of Crossbell once more. Well, too bad, because we're not going to let him. That's right. If it wasn't obvious, Rufus Albrey is acting alone without the government or the Imperial family support. But why do this now of all times? Do you have any idea what his goal could be, Major? I'm afraid not.
閣下の咎は筆頭たる私が受けよう。今回の騒動およびクロスベル問題をより良い形で決着するためにも、残された我々はそれぞれのやり方で
Maybe
言っ
this
て
is
しまった
related.
彼に報いなくてはな。
I don't want to think he was lying when he said all of that. Putting him aside for the moment, what's the current situation in Crossbell? I'm concerned about how the surrounding nations must be reacting too. Currently, Rufus's black-clad soldiers are blockading all routes in and out of the region. Both Ereboni and Calvert seem content just watching how everything plays out for the present. It makes sense for the Empire to be reluctant to interfere in Crossbell's affairs after the war. But the Republic's silence is a little more unexpected. Both countries suffered major losses when the Ions and the Septarian from the Ions and the Septarian of Zero when they attacked Crossbell 3 years ago. I'm guessing they aren't going to forget that in a hurry. Those losses ended up leading to the Civil War here and the economic crisis in Calvert. So Calvert is likely playing it safe for now until they know what they're dealing with. But they're not just going to sit this out forever, are they? I doubt it. Probably won't be long before they start making moves. Which isn't likely to end well, given that they've steadily been increasing their military strength for a while now. All communication with the region is being blocked, so I'm afraid that's all I know. I'm so sorry I can't tell you how your family is doing, Yuna. I'm sure you must be so worried about them. No, it's alright. Your explanations made me feel a lot more at ease. Doesn't sound like the soldiers occupying Crossbell are going to hurt innocent civilians. I'm more worried about those who would try to resist the occupation. People like Lloyd or the rest of the SSS, I hope they're all okay. And there are a lot of other people we know in Crossbell right now too. Yeah, which is also concerning. Alisa and Sharon are there representing the Rhineford Company to name two. Then Toa is there representing Thor's, and Machias is there on behalf of the Inspectorate. They were all supposed to attend the signing ceremony. They're all likely targets in the event of an attack too. I'd be more surprised if they weren't targeted. Thank you, Ash. That puts all of us at ease. Like I said, I'm sure everyone's fine. We've been through more than our fair share of trouble in the past and came out the other end in one piece. That goes for Lloyd and the SSS too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all working together to get this situation under control. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All we can do is believe in them. I assume you have all finished discussing the Crossbell situation? If you would, Major, I would like to discuss the other matter at hand. Father? There's something else? Yes, you see, a video recording was recently delivered to the Intelligence Division. It doesn't directly concern what happened in Crossbell, but I think it is something you should all see. Okay.
我が名はシー。新生帝国解放戦線のリーダーである。
See. Well, probably not Crow again?
憎き鉄血は倒れ、ついにこの帝国に真の平和と自由が訪れようとしていた。だがあろうことか、その思想に汚染され、天津さえ統一国なるふざけたものを作ろうとする。
So whoever this is not happy with Rufus.
それに賛同する者、その企てに気づかず、のうのうと らしてきた為政者たちにも、我が神聖帝国解放戦線は徹底的に罰を与えるだろう。
If you're good, I'm not going to say anything more than this, but if you're good on picking up at voices, you might be able to tell whose voice this is.
手始めは愚かなる王子、翼もろともすでに鎖につないでいる。次なる標的は赤き都に沈殿するのでいい。
So this C is behind what happened to the prince, right? Did I read that right? We shall see you pay for your crimes. Our first target was the foolish prince's wings. Okay. Vermilion City being the Heimdallar. Well, there we go. Somebody's finally taking responsibility for the prince napping. By the name of C, too. Why does that ring a bell? C was an alias used by the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, a terrorist group who opposed the late Chancellor Osborne. His true identity was revealed to be a Thor student you all know very well. Crow Armbrust. Heh, yeah, that checks out. Still, I know, none of this makes any sense. Crow has no reason to be using that name again. And even less reason to abduct Prince Oliver and Sherazard. Does that mean somebody else is taking his alias for their own? I think that's a safe assumption. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue as to Crow's whereabouts. Can you get in contact with him? I'm trying, but he's not picking up. I know he went home to Jurai a few days ago, but beyond that... Nope, can't get through to him. Just like I can't contact Alisa and the others. Could something have happened in Jurai? It's been a hotbed of conflict lately due to the independence movement, so that is a possibility. But there's always a chance he was caught up in something entirely unrelated trouble. I have faith in Crow. Even if he did got caught up in something, he'll get himself out of it, I know it. For sure, that guy's always a wily one. Either way, that video does tell us a few things. True, we can't be certain of this new C's identity, but I think it's safe to assume they are responsible for the prince's abduction. They also seem to be in conflict with Rufus Alvarez and his faction. Though, judging by the timing of the prince's abduction, you almost wonder whether they saw Crossbow's occupation coming. And if they did, that only raises more questions. Either way, now that we've got our culprits, we gotta work on going after them. Indeed, and I think our best clue will be the last part of that recording. The muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City, huh? Are we gonna have some event time? First we learn the prince was abducted, and then we get the mysterious declaration. That was a lot to take in. Either way, I can discuss it with all my classmates tomorrow morning. Then we can decide how best to approach all this. What'd he say? Yuna? Oh yeah, there's no way she's not upset.
夜はまだまだ冷える。特にこの辺りは雪も残っているからな。
教官、どうしてここに？
窓の外を見たら人の気配を感じたからな。もう夜も遅いし、心配だから見に来たんだ。
教官のそれ、正直ずるすぎると思います。
だがこんな風に役立つなら鍛えた甲斐もあったというものだ。
で、なんで隣に？連れ戻しに来たんじゃないんですか？
ここは士官学院の寮じゃない。門限も特にないからな。少し夜更かししても別に構わないんじゃないか？
教官がそんなこと言っていいんですか？
Yeah, don't tell Ash that. He'll go off somewhere.
まあ、たまにはな。
も聞かないんですね。
そうだな。なんというか、今回ばかりはユーナ自身の問題な気もするからな。
それって私が無理してるって言いたいんですか？
ちゃんと分かってるじゃないか。
Ooh.
そんなことは私だって分かってます。でもクロスベルが何度も危機にさらされて、
Yeah, it really is unfortunate.
その度に心をかき乱されて、みんなに気を使わせて。けど周りに迷惑をかけるのは私だってもうたくさんなんです。だったら無理するしかないじゃないですか。
ユーナの言いたいこともわかるが、それでも周りは何度でも君に頼ってもらいたいと思っているはずだ。クルトにアルティナ、ミュゼにアッシュ、当然俺だって。第一、君が逆の立場だったらみんなの力になりたいと思うだろ。
それは確かにそうかもしれないですけど。
Of course.
というかそれって教官にも言えることですよね。そりゃ私たちは相談相手として心もとないと思いますけど。
そんなことは思っていないが、まあつまりは俺もまだまだ未熟だってことだ。素直に頼って慰めてもらって立ち直る。そしてまた一緒に前へ進む。それもまた仲間の役割だ。たとえ同じようなことを繰り返そうと、誰もそれを弱さだと思いはしない。
なら
なんだ？
今教官を頼ってもいいです。
ああ、もちろんだ。
Poor girl.
みんな頑張ったのに、一生懸命頑張ったのに、なのにどうしてせっかく取り戻したものをまた奪われなきゃいけないの？私たちの自由を、誇りを、夢を、もう奪わないでよ。
Okay, for all the crap I was giving about Yuna's like crafts and stuff sounding much lower, you could hear the voice crack in that one. That's rough.
もういいのか？
I kind of like that look of her wearing Reen's coat on her shoulders.
はい。というか、冷静になるにつれてすごく恥ずかしくなってきました。今度こそもう大丈夫です。何度奪われたってまた取り戻せばいいだけですしね。
There you go.
その通りだ。
もう夜も遅いですし、私は先に帰りますね。そのコートもありがとうございました。教官も体を冷やさないでくださいね。
ああ、おやすみ、ユナ。さてと、俺も部屋に戻るとするか。今日は本当に長い一日だったな。
Right? Alright, well, there you have it. Rain's Route Act 1 end as the snow thaws. So, we got it was definitely quite a bit shorter than Lloyd's Route. Because for Lloyd's Route, we also did have the prologue, you know, when they were taking back, you know, the city and Orcus Tower and all that. But yeah, so Reen and the others have to look for clues about Prince Oliver and Shera. Obviously, this Imperial Liberation Front new C person seems to be responsible. And he also is not a huge fan of Rufus claiming Crossbell for, him and his soldiers. So I guess we're going to see what happens with that as we move forward. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.